Hello, my darlings. I'm Faith from Faith and Grits, back with a quick little share of an impromptu Christmas journal that I've made. I didn't set out to make a whole journal; it just kind of happened. So this will be a gift for someone. So I'm jumping on tonight to do a little quick flip through before this is given as a gift. So it's got plenty of room to grow. I haven't finished it. It's not completely stuffed. I made this lovely sort of Christmassy dangle to go off the spine, and it's got some nice little beaded and charm elements all mixed in with it. It is detachable, so let's pop this off and have a look inside. There we go. Come on. There we go. So all I've done is just used a little bit of jewelry wire and put a large necklace clasp on it, a bead, some rings for broken jewelry, and then just pulled all the ribbon and wool up together in an X shape. I'm sure I've done one of these on camera before. They're quite fun. So let's have a look. I did look for some gold cording to be the closure, but I couldn't find any that I liked. So, but this has been eyeletted and it's had the book corners put on. So this leather cord can be swapped out for something else as the book grows. So I did go to town with the gold a bit. I don't normally use gold, so I was like, I'll use the gold I've got. So working with Rach's Christmas papers from this year, I'll put a link down below to her website and the kit. Please go look because the color palette is beautiful. So in my stash, I also had some other pieces that I thought really worked well with Rach's papers as far as the color palette was concerned. So a lot of these have come from, so that's Rach's, that's come from my cardstock, and then papers like this that have come from craft magazines that I've picked up over the years, and they often have free papers in them for card making and things. But the color palette, as you'll see as I flip through the book, it really works well together. So didn't fill everything up on purpose because I want the future owners to be able to see how they are possibly going to use the book. I've stuck some recipe cards in there and made some movable hidden paperclip tabs. Now these all the way through, I've put a little jingle bell and a charm on them. But these images on the top, I'm sure, are from Rach as well. I think it's one of her freebies from last Christmas. So I'll see if I can find a link for that. If it's not on her website, it might be on her Ko-fi from last year. There's about 2 pages, I think, of just that size little selection of images, and they're all different. So again, the papers are lovely. The color palette, it looks mad at first, but as you start going through the book, the color palettes do sort of work well together. So again, that's Rach's paper. There's a pocket there, nothing in it. This is Rach's as well. That's from one's from my stash. And that's one of those A4 tag, sort of like a full page writing tag, I suppose. And a few places in here, what I've done is I've gone and gotten some nice quality linen cardstock that I've got in my stash, and I've pre-cut and rounded the corners on some pieces to go in some of the empty pockets. So it's for the new sort of owner of the book to explore. So I've given them some blank pieces already cut to size. Another movable clip that can be moved around the book. It's a side loading pocket there. And again, that palette and this palette, I think, works really well together. And I think the new owners, the color palette will appeal to them as well. Some more recipe cards. Of course, they can be moved around the book. There's a flip out, a tuck in there. and there. And that, again, is just from an A4 sheet. I love that pine cone image. I love it, love it, love it. And I got to tuck in there. And I've sort of mixed my inking up. I think I was using pine cone, spruce, and Chianti, I think. And I sort of, and a bit of vintage photo. So there's different inking colors on different pages. That was from a recent die cut that I was in a magazine that's out now in the UK. And it's like a tree with sort of animal shapes on it. And I was just playing with it and thought I'd stick it in. Some stamping. So no, it's got all the colors in it. I've done some tags as well that can be played with. Lovely tree, or recipe cards. Now that's an envelope from Rach's kit, but I've used it as a tuck on one side and a flip on the other. So that was the envelope. Glued down on that side to be a pocket, and then a flip. And I've just got a pre-cut piece. That's another one of those A4 writing tags. These were in with those papers, and they're just tucks. So I've got a tuck at the top and a side tuck there. That's a coin envelope from Rach's kit. A couple of extra pieces that I had laying about. Another pocket there. Another belly band. Santa. And again, there's nothing there. It's just that tuck. But then I want to leave lots and lots of room for them to make it their own. If that makes sense. Another paper clip. More blank pages. 2 tucks there. Those are from Rach's. That's from my stash. I love this image as well. It's very pretty. But again, you've got the blue, but then you've got these darker background pieces and the berries. The berries are perhaps my favorite out of the whole kit, for sure. And I think it works. I think it works well as Christmas. It's just Christmas. It doesn't matter what else you add in here to, So these are extra tags that I had out. 2 more tucks there. Even that paler page, I think, sort of works with that color palette. Really lovely. Another tag there and a pocket. And another flip out. That's just a Christmas card from last year. And it works in that color palette, I think. 2 more pockets there. And yeah, more blank pages, pocket there. Tags. Stuck some airmail envelopes in there. That could be fun to play with. And I just cut the reindeer out to be the sort of side tuck. I got a scrappy pad in that one. That came from one of the magazines, and I've just glued it on 2 sides. And this is an old scrap pad. And I'm going to pop that in there. So no, I'm quite pleased with how this has come out. Extra recipe cards. And more tucks. 2 more tucks on that side. Pocket there. And again, these tags and little envelopes and stuff that are in Rach's kit are gorgeous. I've done some plain tall skinny tags on that one. And I've gone ahead and put the eyelet in. But then this can be used however, or thrown away, or... So there's another one of those envelopes from the kit. So the flap is the tuck on this side, and then that one flips out. Add some extra ones from the kit of tags that I've just stuck in there. That was one of those tea bag pockets that I was playing with. This is the one I was trying to work out. The first one I was doing, trying to work out how to get it through the sewing machine. And then the belly band there. And yeah, I'm hoping it'll be well received as a gift. That's an envelope from the kit. 2 more tucks. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with how it's come out. So what do you think, my darlings? I think the color palette has got, you know, it is Christmas. You can throw all the colors in there. And the more sort of eclectic it becomes, the more special, I think. So no, I'm really pleased with how the papers have come together. So, and I think it's got that little bit of character. I haven't done every single thing with the same kit. I've mixed it up. So I'll try to get those links. I'll not try. I will get the links for Rach. I'll try to find the link for that freebie with the images on it. And if not, you'll just have to check on her Ko-fi. So no, reattach the bangle. So, ready to go. So I haven't had a whole lot of time in this craft space, but I'm hoping to be back with you very soon and perhaps start on some different projects or share some different crafting activities. I don't know. We'll see. At the moment, I have had a Christmas explosion behind me, which I need to tame and get under control. So if you stuck this long with me, thank you ever so much, darlings, and hope to be back with you very soon. So take care, everyone, and bye for now.